Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a new project. 2010, I almost said F350. 2010 Mustang GT with the Wimpy 4.6, but you'll have to see what we have under the hood of this thing. It's pretty cool. Take a look at that beauty. Unfortunately, this engine's junk. It burns oil. It's only got like 120,000 miles on it. I don't know what they did to it, but it burns oil. It's got a horrible misfire, and we have a remanufactured engine to put in this thing. So doing this for a friend to help him out. We're gonna get it loaded up on the trailer. We're gonna take it over to AJ's place where we can put it in his wonderful shop, and we're gonna tear this thing apart. Let's get it loaded up on the trailer. Somebody stalled it. It only took AJ 6 tries to get it up. We stalled it 3 or 4 times. He almost drove over the side, but it's on. Let's get it strapped down and get to the house where we can start tearing this thing apart. Here it is, guys. It's in the shop. We're ready to start digging into this. As I said before, this engine is not healthy. It's only got 120-ish thousand miles on it. It's burning oil. It's fouling spark plugs. Just runs like crap. So the owner has opted to go for a reman motor. These 4.6s are very hard to find with very decent mileage on them, and they're stupid expensive. For pretty much the same price, we got a reman motor. We're going to go ahead and unbox this, and hopefully it's not upside down like the last engine we got. So let's bust this open and see what we got. Ooh, pretty. It's strapped in better than a 2-year-old, and it's not upside down. We have the exhaust unbolted. It actually came apart. Fantastic. AC compressor is unbolted, just set to the side so we didn't have to reclaim and unhook that. Power steering pump is unbolted and set to the side because it's on the bottom. We don't have to unhook that. Wiring harness is all laid up top. Starter is unbolted. Motor mounts are lubed. We got to zip the bolts off. We have bell housing bolts, and we're ready to lift this motor out and see if it's gonna come out without a fight. It's a manual transmission. It's got 6-speed in it. I don't know if it's gonna fight us or not. I don't really wanna pull the transmission. So we're gonna get the motor mounts unbolted, bell housing unbolted. We have about a foot between the balancer and the radiator here. The hope is we lift it up, we slide it forward out of the clutch, and we should be good to go. We'll soon find out. Well, I spoke too soon. Like always, bell housing bolts. They are rusty, they are rounded. Somebody's been in here before. It is not cooperating. So, as I said I didn't want to do, we're pulling the transmission with the engine. Drive shaft is out, all the sensors are unhooked, transmission cross member is out. Everything is unbolted, ready to go, except for the clutch hydraulic line, which we can't get to. What we're going to do is, first thing in the morning, We're gonna pick this thing up, slide it forward, and pull the whole thing all as one. We've run out of time today. We've got a little fitting we gotta fix on the Cummins swap that's leaking. We think it's power steering. So we're gonna go tackle that. First thing in the morning, we'll get this puppy out and figure out what we gotta do to get the transmission separated from the engine and move forward on getting this engine replaced. We're looking forward to driving this thing. So check back with us in the morning and see how this goes. Undoing the clutch hydraulic line, this little guy jettisoned. We never thought we'd see it again, but thankfully AJ found it. He saved the day again. These 3 bolts, you can't see that one, but these 3 bolts are the reason we had to pull the transmission on the engine. The holes are not blind, meaning they go all the way through the engine, and they've rusted up from the back side, and we just started rounding these because you can't get straight shot to them. And you can see we got them moving. There's a gap there, but they wouldn't come out. So the next step was just pull the transmission. We'll set it on the ground, we'll drive a socket on, get those 3 off, get the transmission separated, and then we have to strip this engine down and get ready to start putting everything on our new engine over there. That way. Nice and easy.
You were never gonna get that out in the car. No. Wow.
Transmission is off. Got the oil drain. That was really nasty stuff. We are now going to strip everything off of this. I think I hung it in such a way to where we don't have to reposition it. We just have to take everything off this engine because there's no sensors, there's nothing. That's what they call a long block. Well, we're gonna strip this all down, pan included, and then we'll set this engine off to the side and we'll lift that one up and we'll start putting everything on there. We do have some new gaskets that came with the engine. We've got to go get some gaskets. We're gonna do a new water pump, new spark plugs, all that kind of stuff so we don't have an issue. So we're gonna get this stripped down.
Where do we want to set?
Look at those.
Where? See what?
I don't care about the water pump, but I need bolts. We're gonna leave the dipstick until we get the oil pan off. It's pretty seized in there and it's not rusty, which is very uncommon for Ford. But what we'll do is we'll drive it out from the inside instead of risk breaking it off. No sense in replacing something we don't have to. AJ's putting together the puller right now so we can get the harmonic balancer off, and then we'll bring you to this side and we'll go ahead and take this clutch off. I think that's pretty much everything once we get the oil pan off, and then we can grab the new engine and start slinging things on it. All right, plan B, or plan 3, whatever you want to say. The new engine has an oil pan on it, which doesn't happen very often. So now we got to figure out how to get this dipstick off. But first, AJ just spent 15 minutes putting this puller together, so we're going to let him pull this harmonic balancer off.
We're going to try. Come on.
Well, we succeeded. We did take the pan off, but it's out virtually no damage that I can see. We're gonna pull the clutch off and get ready to set this down and grab the other engine.
Whenever.
We had some technical difficulties with our camera. It's a really nice camera, but for some reason it overheats when it's like 65 degrees out. I don't understand that. Valve covers are on. This engine comes with Motorcraft spark plugs on top of the oil pan, on top of the front cover. I'm actually very impressed with this. Valve covers are on. We started getting some of the front cover stuff on, got the tensioner, got the sensors in. We're getting there. Next, we'll go ahead and do the exhaust manifolds and the motor mount over here. We'll flip it around and do the other side. We decided we should put a clutch in it. It's pretty thin, so when we run in to grab our water pump and a few other miscellaneous parts, we'll get a new clutch kit for it. Even though you're standing right in the middle of it. Alright, we were just trying to clean up. There was some gunk buildup. We want to make sure our pressure plate sits flat on the flywheel. If there was more of a lip, we would look at having this machined, but there's almost no, you can barely feel this wear. I don't know if this has been changed once the clutch was shot. There's definitely heat checking, but it didn't chatter. So we're just cleaning it up really quick. I already put the throwout bearing in. I'm sorry, I didn't think about you and I put it in off camera. That's my fault. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get this clutch in. So which alignment hole?
Same straight.
Make sure the pressure plate is not going to fall out. This tool comes with a clutch, so you gotta don't just throw this thing away. This is what helps get it lined up and makes putting your transmission on much easier. And then don't leave this in, otherwise your transmission is not going to go in.
Well, there's the engine sitting in there.
Well, we didn't quite get it finished up today, but we're close. Probably, I guess, conservatively, let's say 4 hours, half a day. It's in, it's bolted up. We still have exhaust underneath to do, drive shaft underneath to do, and then up here, get the intake on, get all the wires ran, get oil in it, antifreeze in it. Overall, really good progress, really happy. Really, we've had 2 pretty easy days, so 3 easy days, we'll have this thing knocked out. Did a couple, not upgrades, but new water pump, new clutch, new bolts to the transmission. Overall, really happy with the way it went. Check out our other builds. Keep watch for the new stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that little bell so you see when we post something new. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. There have been some specific requests in the comments. Please keep an eye out. Those are coming down the pipe soon. Well, it's a few days later. We're trying to get back in the groove of getting this finished up here. We're not 100% sure where we left off. We were both kind of dragging here the other day. That's why we needed a couple of days. But we got transmission was hooked up when we put it in. We got the clutch slave cylinder hooked up. We actually got quite a bit done last week. I do know we need to hook drive shaft up. Got to get intake manifold on, coils in, and we got to get that fancy ProCharger on here. We're super excited to take this thing for a drive, and that's the plan today. So we're gonna get to work, getting this all put back together so we can take you guys on a drive, because it's gonna be a blast. This thing ran like crap before. It's gonna be sweet when she's running good. We did have to unhook the hydraulics for the clutch slave cylinder. We're not exactly sure how we're bleeding that. There's actually not a spot on the slave cylinder to bleed the air out. We did get it connected back up. That's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve, but we'll figure that out and we'll take you along with us on that journey. We probably could have taken a few more pictures so we had a better idea how this goes back on, but this is really very annoying and not set up very well. It's very tight. I mean, we're talking a 1/4 inch, if that, between the belt and the upper radiator hose. It's gonna be sweet when it's done, but not very well engineered the way they got this crammed in here.
We didn't plan on using our brains today.
No. As we started messing with this and getting the bolts in place, it all started coming together. We've got the ProCharger bolted up. It's still loose. We had to make sure everything went where we wanted it. Got the belt on, and it's ready to go. So we're going to snug these bolts up. We're going to get the cooling fan back in so we can get the coolant reservoir in, get the coolant topped off, add engine oil, and then we're ready for that first start. See, we got everything all buttoned up, got some fluids in it. The engine requires to crank it over without letting it fire. So what we did is we unhooked the fuel injectors, so that way the fuel system primes, everything else primes, the oil will start circulating antifreeze, but it's not going to try and run. That'll let the oil get circulated through the oil filter, making sure everything is lubricated properly before it actually fires. So we're going to crank it over 10, 20, 30 seconds, see if it registers oil pressure. Once you register oil pressure on the dash, we'll plug all this in, see if she fires off. I wonder if it won't crank because the injectors are unhooked? That doesn't make any sense. Because it shows there's a fault for the injectors because they're not hooked up, but... Alright, take two. We had a bad connection on the starter at the solenoid wiring. It was really rusty, so we cleaned it, put some dielectric grease on. Let's give this a go again. Remember, we're just building oil pressure, so we disconnected the fuel pump, so we're just going to get all the juices flowing. Alright, we got oil pressure. We're going to plug our injectors back in. Put the relay back in the fuel pump, and we're going to listen to this thing purr. Here we go. Alright, first drive, everybody. Oh, that even runs better than before. It's kind of anticlimactic.
Were you expecting it to be more?
I was expecting, like, you know, a 502 kind of feeling. I was wrong. According to the fuel pressure, it's showing right where it's supposed to be. We're not getting the power we were really expecting. I mean, this has got a supercharger on it. We thought it would really have some go. My analogy is the gone in 60 seconds. You just want to step on it, go and redline it. It's kind of boggy. It's falling on its face. You step on it, it really isn't going. So we're going to check everything out, make sure everything's really good, and then we'll go for another round. it's running. I feel like it should have more power, but maybe I'm an old hot rod guy. It is a 4.6, but with this ProCharger on there, I feel like it should be doing a lot better. We're going to do some looking into fuel pressure. I think that the fuel pressure is getting low under full throttle. We're going to look into fuel filter and the fuel pressure regulator. But overall, it runs good. It's got no leaks. All the gauges are reading good. No lights on the dash. Overall, it's running pretty good. We just got to see if somebody put a tune in the computer or if I'm just expecting too much out of it. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Keep a lookout for our new builds. We got some really cool things coming along, and we'll catch you on the next one.